In this video, I'm trying to survive the mountain, but it all gets a little bit tight. And Luca decides he doesn't want to survive the mountain and goes straight in front of me. Hello everyone and welcome to Bathurst. We're going to do a couple of races here at Bathurst, and you can see very many different cars here. We had a Mercedes, got a Hyundai, Jaguar F-Type there, and obviously the GTRs, another AMG Mercedes. Mixture of all sorts of cars here. And later on this week, Beat the Meta does return. And remember what I said, I'm going to win with every single Group 3 car and Group 4 car this year at least once. We're going to beat the meta several times actually, or many times if we get a win with every car. Some will be harder than others. We may start easy and go harder. I don't know. We'll see how we go. However, we are in the GTR at the moment. We're just doing 2 races here because in the weekly race guide, which you can check out at the end of this video if you want some more strategy and tips, I did die a lot at Bathurst. I thought, you know what? I'm going to come back and actually go for it again. Now, I was going to be streaming today, which would have been Wednesday. However, I've got to do some qualifying now for an endurance race. So, you've got this video instead for you. So, happy days. As you see, a GTR down inside of a Z4 there. BMW Z4 of Whack. Who got a whack there from Mew Mew. I don't think it was actually a whack. I mean, it was more someone on the inside. Someone turned in and then there's a clash of cars. Good to hear though. Mew Mew goes wide and the Z4 just sends it absolutely. I had to try and avoid all contact with Mew Mew there. A bit frustrating that the French driver just absolutely sent it like that. But hey, it is what it is. We've got to continue on. I was flashing my lights because I wasn't very happy. So we get onto the back straight, of course, here at Bathurst, which is where the GTR does really show its strength as we're catching this Z4 slowly but surely. In towards the chase then. Are we just alongside? We're alongside just to force them out wide here. In towards that braking zone then. And the Z4 goes a bit deep here. And there's a slight tap on the Z4 there. They're still on the track. However, we end up off the track with somebody also spinning. Mew Mew spins behind as well. I think the Z4 had some contact with them there. I'm trying to catch the car. And the Spaniard goes by there. All sorts of drama then in that corner. I'm really not sure what happened. I think Mew Mew got tapped from the Z4. Z4 went deep. There's a slight tap from me, but he may not remain on the circuit. I ran wide. Someone else was spinning in front of me. Chaos. Absolute chaos as we head down the mountain then. And Z4 in more action here. Z4 is all over the place as we go through there. Ghosting, helping the Spaniard get through here. I was very scared to do this. Down the inside we go. But the Z4 into the barrier. I guess that 1.5 second penalty for wall riding there. So at this point I was like, finally. Oh, please let the penalty happen on this lap. Please let it happen. I want to get past this Z4, get into the race, get it really into the deep depths of this race and try and improve where we can. However, they don't take the penalty, so it'll be the next lap. So we're going to have a bit of work to do here to get past them beforehand. So once again, we've got a big run on them, heading towards the chase. Down the inside we go, and in towards the braking zone we go, and we do outbrake them this time. So we do get that position from Z4, and now I just wanted to go, get away from them. Get away and really start pushing forward because we've lost a lot of time in this race. Easily 4 or 5 seconds as we head towards the final corner. In fact, we'll see on this lap. This lap should be around a 2:02. That is what we should be getting on the hard tyres. It's 2:03, 2:04, 2:05, 2:05, 3. Okay, maybe 3 seconds lost there. Maybe 2.5 seconds, something like that. A lot of time all the same. Leave that corner then. Spaniard in front, getting a little bit of oversteer here. And now we're going to have a drag race. It's the metas on the right versus the non-metas on the left of the Z4 and the AMG Mercedes then. So I'm bump drafting the Spaniard through we go past the AMG Mercedes. Another bump draft there, and then the Spaniard goes towards that left-hand side. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. In we go. We have a slight overlap there. They just turn in a bit too much there. I have to really back at it to avoid punting them. However, it is up one position at least. And Mew Mew back in the mix as well behind us as we go into this left-hander. And again, a slight tap from the Z4 there. But we managed to survive and continue on out of there. So I really need to overtake the Spaniard now up ahead in that GTR. So the hard tyres, of course. They hit the barrier there. There we go. Job done. I did read some of your comments from the previous video, of course. We're going to use all sorts. Barrier, defense, anything else that we can think of. Because we all love a good laugh. We all love a good laugh. Through the left we go, and just the understeer presented itself because of that dirty air, and down the mountain then once again. Now at this point I decided if the Spaniard ahead was coming in the pits, I was staying out. However, if they stayed out, I was coming in the pits. That was my decision-making plan, strategy for this race as we head down into Forest Elbow then. Trying to get it turned as much as we can. Z4 behind. Absolutely going drifto there. Oh, what's happened? Oh, no idea what happened to them, but that's an F-Type overtaking. Happy days, P10. And let's see what kind of run we get here because we've got a long run here on the Spaniard. Are we going to get it done before the chase? It doesn't look like it. I think it's a bit too far away here. Imagine launching it from this point. That'd be insane. However, going through here, we still have a run on them in towards the braking zone then. And we do get the car start. Oh, beautiful side-by-side racing here with the Spaniard. At this point, we're side-by-side. I'm like, yeah, I think it's time to go in the pits. I don't want to fight this anymore. So into the pits I come. Mew Mew fires in behind me here. So I'm actually slowing him down there as we enter the pits. We're going to leave the other side then, having changed to medium tyres. As we leave the pits, anybody around us? Yes, there is. There's a Porsche as we leave there. Now, I'm going to have Mew Mew all over my trumpet here because they're very close. And this is a long straight. I don't know why I'm repeating words, but hey, enjoy them. So I've got the GTR coming up behind me then. I'm sort of in the middle of the road here, which is nice for us. I would always say don't try this move around the outside. However, reviewing this after edit, I went a little bit too deep there. There was slight contact there with Mew Mew as Paulo decides to exit the realm there. They definitely are in the shadow realm at that point. So I'm not sure whether I should have given that position back to Mew Mew looking at the edit. At the time I thought, no way you could go around the outside there. It was always going to happen. But looking at it, I did go a bit deep. So there was still room on the outside, but yeah, I'm 50-50 about that one. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on that one. Cleanest guy in GT? Well, you got 4.5 seconds penalty, so I'm not sure how clean is clean, but even so, one of them must be a pit line entry, so 3 seconds, and the other 1.5. A barrier. I don't know, but we're going to leave that corner here, and they actually accelerate away from me on the mountain. A few issues on there, but 4.5 second penalty. You ain't keeping that position. P7 for us now. If you notice, we are getting positions. That's just because people are going in the pits, and we did pit earlier on lap 3. As you see Mew Mew coming then in towards the braking zone. Mew Mew releases that brake a little bit here, gets alongside. This is an absolutely beautiful move. Move? Hey, there we go. Yeah, move for Mew Mew. Brilliant move there from Mew Mew to get that position. Going over the mountain end, yellow flag up in the distance. Who's pinned it this time? As we go through the right into the left, and we got Jacko there. Jacko was actually in the lead there in the Supra. Not anymore. They pinned it at the Dipper. So we're now up behind the Danish of Tidgney Mag, and let's see what we can do now as we continue. Oh, Mew Mew's got a penalty. Oh no, Mew Mew, what are you doing? Oh dear me, Mew Mew with a penalty. So through the right we go, and then in towards the braking zone. The Burger King machine up ahead. What can we do? Nothing yet so far. Good exit from Tidgney Mag there. We're going to head down towards the final turn to finish lap number 8 then. As I've got a couple of races here. I did want to get a win here, but we're starting at the back in both races. Just a spoiler alert there. We do not advance in either of the races. So here we go then. Tidgney Mag going defensive, which is entitled to do here. It was a braking zone. I thought, right, let's take a wide line. Let's try and get a big boost off the corner. What can we do here then? We leave that corner. Look at the boost we get. Absolutely unbelievable then. They go for that perfect defensive line here. I just need to get fully past them and then defend into the right-hander coming up. 9.2 seconds off the lead. I'm pretty sure that's a bit out of reach, but let's see as we head in towards this corner then. They're still alongside me here. Beautiful racing, and they looks like, oh, they stayed on the curb that little bit too long there, and they lose out, but that was a really good effort of a defense there from Tidgney Mag. My word, was that good. Staying on the inside there, leaving enough room, showing how to do it rather than how I didn't do it earlier on with Mew Mew. Mew Mew is behind me then as we head down the mountain on the penultimate lap in towards this right-hander, and then chuck it left as quick as we can, accelerate as fast as we can through there. Yes, we've nailed that right and beautifully. Mew Mew goes for all sorts of oversteer there as we then head into Forest Elbow. Through the left we go then. Just boot it out, Tid. Whoa! Be careful of that oversteer as we advance towards the final lap then. And Mew Mew had a penalty. So we actually come home in P2. Not a bad result there for our first race. We had no practice. It was my lunch hour. I literally just jumped straight in and went BAM! There we go. P2. Happy days. What a good race. Right, let's jump to the next race then. And once again, we're starting at the back here. Mixture of all sorts of cars in here. So F-Type, got a Genesis in there again. Let's see what we can do for this one. So I'm right at the back here in P16. I do really wish they would sort out these rolling starts. They are a bit frustrating, but hey, it is what it is. It is what we've got to deal with. As we... Oh, Deadeye Del Boy there. I'm not sure what's happened to them. They do YouTube if you want to check them out as well. But yeah, sort of dead in the water there, should we say. Going over the mountain then, as we're behind Almidi here. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it anyway. Or it's A7 MIDI, as then our Del Boy actually leaves there. So I'm assuming they didn't fix whatever the problem was. Through the left then here, we're going to start heading down the mountain. So we had to give a bit of a bump draft there to the driver ahead. But we are still, 8 seconds off the lead, so it's not too bad so far. Not like the 16 that we were. Oh, they get it all sorts of wrong there. A bit too deep. We got the finish driver again with a penalty. We saw them spun around last time. Oh, Stoney there. I'm not sure what happened to Stoney. We'd try and go round the outside of them here. We're trying to give just enough room here, so it's very hard to go around the outside there. So well played by Stoney to not have contact there, or even if there was a little bit of rubbing. That's fair dues. That's very hard to do. Brilliant driving from Stoney. Really well played. As we continue on this straight then. So finish driver going to take their penalty. That's another position gained. So technically 3 positions up in 1 lap. We keep that up and we've gained 30 positions. That's good for us because there's only 16 cars total. As we leave that corner then, we've got a good race here with this driver then. So they go defensive. They pick a line. I go left. They go right. But I don't quite have that overlap. And look at the slipstream. It's helping them out more than it's helping me out. This isn't good. This isn't good at all as we head towards the right-hander then. You can't go around the outside here. It's pretty hard to do. But they get a bit of oversteer here. So I'm like, okay, I'll try and take that outside line. But it doesn't quite work. And they've got the advantage here. So it's a case of just backing out of this. And going for another move later on. Because too wide into there normally results in a crash. And you don't want to crash in this race. You don't want a penalty for hitting the barrier or anything like that. So through the right we go as we head up the mountain once again. I love this bit here. Down, lift, turn, go. As we get closer and closer to the driver ahead. And we have to really slow it down there. My word, that was slowing up. We've got a bit of fight in the distance there between the Genesis and this AMG. Oh, Luca, what are you doing? So there's a slight contact there between me and the driver to the left. I couldn't do anything about that. Luca's absolutely flying down this mountain. Not sure what Luca's... Oh, no! Ooh. Now, that is a realm entry for sure. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Luca there. He was braking and let go of the brake, hit the barrier. I have no idea. Chaos, pure chaos. Anyway, we leave that then after the penalty was taken. And we're in P9, so we waited a lap this time because I was in such free air. I was like, okay, I can actually do some decent lap times here and go for that extra lap. So through the left we go. And into the pits and back out the other side. So we're still in free air here. I'm not even sure their name. The Genesis car up in the distance. They did pit a lap earlier. So we are racing these, but we are on slightly fresher tyres. As you can see, we are catching that Genesis now, heading towards the chase. And look at that, 7.5 temps up on. Oh yeah, well, I think the leader was on hard as well when they set that time. It's towards the braking zone that we go then. Dive down the inside and easily done there. Beautiful racing with the Genesis driver, and yeah, up into P9. That's a nice move, if I do say so myself. Right, we catch up to P7 now because somebody was in the pits. Joey Ramone off the... Oh, another death at the mountain. I tell you what, there's a lot of deaths this week at this circuit. It is a deadly track, and it is good fun, to be honest with you. It's just the middle part of the circuit where you can't overtake, and you've really got to be careful because things like what happened to Joey Ramone there, yeah, that's the sort of thing that happens. Anyway, through the left we go. We're right behind Hollywood now. Not Hollywood, Hollywood. It's too good for the H, I can see. So let's see what happens here with the F-Type. It is an F-Type. We might do the F-Type as beat the meta this week. I think it might actually be possible. There's a few people using it, so we might give it a try ourselves as we head through the chase then. And let's have a look then in towards the braking zone. Not close enough to go for a move there. It's got good top end, that Jag. It really does. I was expecting to close up on the map a little bit quicker here. So we're not going to get the victory here. We're 14.8 seconds off the lead here. But we could have some good fights all the same. And that's what we're going to do with Hollywood. Through the left we go. We're getting a little bit closer each and every corner. As we leave that corner then. What sort of lap time is this, by the way? 2:0.7. We need to go much quicker than that. In towards the braking zone we go. Try and get it in and out very quickly. Okay, we are close. We are very close here then. Looking towards that right-hand side then of Hollywood. And let's see which has faster pace, the F-Type or the GTR. It's like for like, it's neck for neck as we head towards the right hand. It's getting very close. And we're still alongside there. Slight tap between the two, of course, because just cut my nose off a little bit there, but nothing major as we continue on. This race is still side by side. Now, this is 2x2 is deadly here, but we somehow survive it. Hollywood dropped off just a little bit earlier there just to avoid that contact. A little bit of contact on exit, which forces a bit of oversteer from me. But my word, that was good racing there with Hollywood. I was a bit frustrated at the time. I was like, come on, let me go. I want to go. I want to catch up. But it was good racing. It was blimmin' good racing. Hollywood into the barrier then, which does give us a big old run on them as we head down the mountain again here. Look at the speed increase go. Can we get past Hollywood then at the chase? Let's see what happens here. We've got a big old slipstream there alongside. Now that Jag's slowly catching up again. So that top end of the Jag, really, look at it. It's getting closer and closer as we head towards the braking zone. Then in we go. Hollywood still there. Look at this. Still there. Slight bit of contact. Nothing major. Keeps the position. Well defended. Or very well defended there, Hollywood. That was brilliant stuff as we head towards the last corner then and in towards that braking zone. Through the left, a little bit of clip of that curb. That's never good as we continue towards the line. So you see, we lose a lot of time here versus leaders, but we're having a good race, to be fair, with the German driver up in the distance. So I'm looking for a good run out this corner. Again, they use a bit too much curb here, and we're a bit further back to go for that run this time. We were a bit close last time, and it meant that as we got towards the end of the straight, the Jaguar was actually pulling that little bit of distance. What can we do this time then? We have that run, that slipstream. Look at that pull there. Get alongside this time. Easily overlapping Hollywood here. In towards that braking zone we go. And we're looking to get the car stopped. We do indeed. Brilliant stuff there. Absolute brilliant racing, Hollywood. Real good shout out to you there. As we continue on into this left. Are they going to go for the move here? No, I'm sat in the middle of the circuit. So they can't go for that for now. Through. There we go. And up the mountain once again for the penultimate time here for this video through the right, and close. So Hollywood hit the barrier behind me, and that meant I finished in the cursed position. Of course I did. P6 there. But a mixture of cars up ahead. We've got a Toyota Supra, we've got Porsche, we've got the AMG Mercedes, and a Lexus in there as well. So mixture of all cars. We are doing Beat the Meta this week. Expect that later this week. However, that's going to be it for me and this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. No deaths for me this week, or maybe a tiny death if you count on the first race. However, far, far better than the weekly race guide. But as I say, that is it for me. 2 videos there to check out, including the weekly race guide. Do click my logo to subscribe, stay in touch with all the latest content, and give it a like on the way out. Thank you very much, folks. Au revoir, farewell, and hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon.